Maintenance work on underwater pipelines is often done by divers, with very high risks of drowning or being attacked by wild animals. On February 25, 2022, at around 3 p.m., 5 divers, Kazim Ali, Yusuf Henry, Faisal Kurban, Rishi Nagasar, and Christopher Boudram, were tasked with maintenance work on an underwater pipeline, specifically the Ceiling 36 at Berth 6, where a tragic incident occurred. For those who don't know, the Ceiling 36 is a pipeline that carries oil from the port is within Trinidad and Tobago, likely connecting berths 5 and 6 at Pointe-à-Pierre. Perry, a fuel trading company, is responsible for fuel trading and operates several pipelines, including the U-shaped Ceiling 36, which connects berth 5 and berth 6. At the time of the incident, the pipeline was out of service, having been cleared of oil nearly a month earlier. But a latent pressure differential remained. Kazim Ali handed a wrench to his crewmate to loosen the valve to release the plug. When the divers removed an inflatable plug to access the repair area, the Delta P was triggered, causing the pipeline to create immense force, which sucked the divers into the pipeline. Delta P, or differential pressure, is the difference in pressure between 2 points in a pipeline, which in this case created a strong flow that sucked the divers into the 30-inch diameter pipeline. The suction power was extremely strong. With that much force, it could pull anything into the pipeline, and that's what happened to the divers. The pressure differential was caused by the pipeline being cleared of oil, leaving a vacuum effect that pulled anything in the immediate area into the pipe under great pressure. All the divers inside were trapped for nearly 3 days before dying. You can hear the divers shouting for help, talking to each other, somehow trying to get out of the situation.
I'm trying to come up.
When the divers got stuck in the pipe, you can hear a diver continuously moaning and groaning, indicating he is in some sort of pain. Chris asks who is making the noise, but is unable to determine who it is.
Who else but you? Can't Right? God, anything happen to you? Yusuf, anything happen to you?
Yeah, boy.
What happened?
Out of all the divers, only one survived, Christopher Boudram. He somehow managed to crawl out of the pipeline, navigating sharp turns and hazardous conditions in complete darkness for about 3 hours. What's disturbing is these divers were confined for days, with reports of tapping sounds indicating they were initially alive, but no immediate rescue was mounted by the company Peria. The manager, Colin Piper, refused to allow rescue divers to attempt a rescue, citing safety concerns and the risk of another Delta P incident. They even admitted to having no rescue plan and claimed no legal responsibility to rescue the men. However, charges were filed against the company and the managers for failure to assess risks and prepare an emergency plan, with the case ongoing. While doing research, I found that the deceased divers were not certified for commercial diving, which leads me to believe that the company was negligent in their hiring practices. Christopher Boudram later described his ordeal and how he managed to survive in an interview. He expressed disappointment over the lack of support for the victims' families.
I was always somebody who could control and see things through, and I feel like I tell her how it's coming back when I feel like everything inside me hoping a rescue was going on. Nobody was making an attempt to rescue me. You know what I mean?
Honestly, this shows how companies are more concerned with profits than the safety of their employees, with no regard for their lives. On November 30, 2018, Bryant Swenson and his wife Lauren were driving near Mahiu from Utah when 3 masked and armed men attacked their car. The couple, originally from Utah, had relocated to Nairobi with their 3 children to open a CrossFit gym. On the day of the incident, they were driving in their Toyota Land Cruiser near Mahiu, and what followed later was a terrifying incident that left the couple fearing for their lives. 3 masked men armed with machetes, one of whom carried a gun but could not get it out of his waist belt in time, initially attempted to rob a white van, known locally as a matatu. However, when they noticed the couple's Land Cruiser, they changed course and attacked them.
I don't like that. I'd rather assume they do and not.
Drive forward, crushes them.
Just drive forward. Drive forward.
Hey!
Dog?
Are you still there?
Yeah. The cops. Well, not even cops to be there.
That was a
Yeah, they're running into
running
the...
away.
Dang! Woo!
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Gunshots.
dang.
No, they're running up to...
let's get out of here.
Whoa!
Yep.
Dang!
This spot was likely chosen due to the rough terrain, which could have made it difficult for the robbers to pursue the couple after the initial attack. Bryant immediately reversed the car to roll up the windows, preventing the bandits from accessing the interior, and then shifted into drive to speed away from the attackers. The robbers pursued the car for a short distance but soon stopped chasing it. According to reports, 2 armed police officers had passed by just before the encounter, and gunfire was heard at the end of the video, likely from the police officers who were able to catch up to the robbers. It's crazy how close the robbers came to catching the couple, and anything could have happened if they did. Fortunately, no one was injured, and the couple later shared their story with the police and the media, expressing their gratitude for being alive. This was a scary moment for the couple, as they could have been hurt or killed since gunshots were heard at the end of the video. In February 2016, residents of Forest Grove, Oregon, reported hearing a mysterious high-pitched noise that disrupted their nights. It was described in various ways, like a mechanical scream, a giant flute played off pitch, or a bad violin solo with feedback. The sound lasted from a few seconds to several minutes and was heard intermittently. The noise was so loud that it could be heard through closed windows and doors. The residents contacted local media and police, who were unable to identify the source of the noise. They ruled out common causes like equipment malfunctions, gas leaks, or wildlife. One theory proposed by Dave Nimir, the Forest Grove Fire Marshal, was that it might be from a faulty attic fan or heat pump, though this was never confirmed or identified. This lack of resolution has kept the event in public discussion, especially online. MKP Studios YouTube posts a series of scary and creepy videos where the creator is known for exploring technology's darker side. All of his videos are about technology and deep web content with a mix of real-life stories. On October 12, 2019, he made a video called Asking Alexa Band Questions, in which he interacts with Alexa in his home.
If you guys have been watching my channel for a while now, then you definitely know that Alexa is one of the bigger key points of my channel. We went ahead and asked her so many crazy questions back in the day. She was brand new, and I thought that we would revisit Alexa and ask her some pretty creepy band questions that you should never in any way, shape, or form ask.
He asks a series of banned or creepy questions such as, do you work for the CIA? Give me the 5-9. And what happens after death? For almost all of these questions, Alexa didn't respond or gave a weird response. For the question, give me the 5-9, Alexa continuously talked to the point where he manually unplugged the device.
Alexa, do you work for the CIA? Alexa.
No, I'm not in.
Alexa, do you work for the CIA?
No, I work for Amazon.
Alright, well that's better than saying nothing. I'm sure Amazon works for the CIA when it really comes down to it. Second question is, Alexa, give me the 5-9.
Okay, here's Mr. Robot, Daily 5/9. Hello, friend. Welcome to the Daily 5-9. Soon, you will have options. Proceed carefully, because your choices are recorded, and your every move is watched. If you need help, just ask. To retreat into the comfort of your own artificial reality, tell me to stop. Your progress will be saved if you return. Enjoy your Daily 5-9 report.
Hey Kodyites, the war of oppression continues. Here's
Alexa,
your Daily
stop.
5-9 up.
So basically when you ask that,
Hello, friend. Welcome to the Daily 5-9. Soon.
Stop. So,
Hello, friend.
Alexa,
Welcome to the Daily 5.
stop.
Hello, friend.
What the fuck
Welcome
is
to the
happening?
Daily
Alexa, stop talking.
Hello, friend.
She's
Welcome
not,
to the Daily
literally,
5-9.
if you ask, I had to disconnect her. If you ask her to say, give me the 5-9, it seems to like bring you to some sort of like radio update of like what's going on in the world.
What's disturbing is while he was asking these questions, someone knocked on the door, and upon investigation, the creator found people who quickly left without speaking, driving off in a parked car.
Alexa, 7238.
The answer to your calculation is 7,238.
Alexa, use the force.
The force is strong with this one.
I see. Okay. Well, interesting. You know, what the hell is actually happening, you guys? Someone's at our door. It's so weird. We'll just turn on the camera that's outside. On the other side. Like right there. What the fuck, man? Why are there people knocking at our door when I'm asking Alexa suspect questions? Look, there's people right there. Did they just knock at our door? Hey guys, I just went outside to go talk to those people to ask if they just came banging on our door. Immediately when I opened the front door to walk out, they immediately got into a parked car that is in the house that's across the street. They refused to speak to me at all, and they just drove off. That's weird. That's just strange. That's straight up unsettling and creepy, you guys, but...
Now, this might be a prank or a coincidence, or this might be the doing of the creator himself. You see, this video is 5 years old, and Alexa's responses for these questions might not be the same today. However, many people in comments shared their own experiences with Alexa, such as unexpected responses or behaviors. Let me know if you have had any similar experiences with Alexa. On November 22, 2016, a video titled Yeti in Russia was uploaded on YouTube. It was filmed in the Republic of Bashkortostan in Russia, a region between the Ural Mountains and the Volga River, near the Kazakhstani border. A car was driving on a dark, snowy road at night with passengers discussing the possibility of a Yeti. At about 36 seconds, a blurry figure is seen darting across the road, causing the car to stop immediately. The engine cuts out, then restarts, and the car drives over the figure's tracks before reversing to get a better look. The video description suggests it was shot in this area, known for its remote and rugged terrain, and raises questions about whether this could be proof of the missing link sought by Yeti and Bigfoot researchers. Now, this might be a hoax, as many experts claim that no one has ever found a single bone of a Yeti, not even excrement. However, many comments on the video suggest that the figure is real and that it is a Yeti, saying no other creature can run in the snow that fast. Honestly, this might all look like a misidentified animal that was running across the road, but the fact that it moved so fast and left tracks behind is still a mystery. To this day, no one has been able to identify the creature in the video.